Hi, I'm Nathan Ray. This is part one in my video series documenting my build of a Griffin costume. The Griffin is a superhero which you won't find in any books like this because he is fictional. Fictional meaning I have made him up instead of Marvel making him up. The Griffin is the superhero of my son, who's also called Griffin. So Griffin is his civilian name and his superhero name is the Griffin, and we need a suit for the Griffin. And so I'm starting with the most obvious place, or the most complex part of the build is going to be Griffin's wings. A Griffin is a cross between a lion and an eagle. It's a mythical creature. I'm sure you've seen them many times before. So we're going to have some eagle style wings. Now Griffin loves the Avengers, but the Avengers which jumped out and grabbed him when he was watching Ant-Man wasn't Ant-Man or the Yellow Jacket. It was actually the Falcon. He just loves the way that the Falcon can fly and his wings appear and disappear. And he says he likes the wings of this because they go chunk 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 like Transformer wings, he says. Chunk 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 is what he does. Okay, so this is what I am using. So obviously there's a backpack element and then there's the wing element, and from this photo we can see that there's some kind of struts and things. I do not have a CGI budget, so my wings are going to be made out of foam like this and some wood and spray them up and to make them look pretty. But how are they going to fold up? Well, I didn't want there just to be like a wing just simply folding just up and out from the back like on the single pivot. I wanted the wings to come out and up, or up and out I should say. And so I started making some sketches and working out the ratios. So this wing, if it sits on his back, it then swings up and out. And if you have the distance between these two pivot points and these two pivot points right, you can have the wing vertical against the back there and then obviously horizontal as it moves up to there. So once I worked out the ratios and the approximate sizes, I started working on a full-scale model. Now this fits on Griffin's back. Griffin is only 3.5, so his head's going to be about here, or maybe I can mount the wings slightly lower down, because as the wings come up and out, and I get a fairly good wingspan and they sit fairly clear of his shoulders. I don't want the wings above his head here though, so I might mount them lower so the wings come out behind his shoulders, because he likes the way that the Falcon's wings, oh not that Falcon, he likes the way that this Falcon has gun holsters in the wings and he can pull things out of the wings and shoot. So I'm not really that happy with the Griffin having guns, but we'll see how that works out. So what I'm looking to do today is to find out a way that the wings, I can have the wing part of the mechanism on the back. So when the wings fold closed, they fold over and kind of make a backpack shape over the back of the, down the back. And then these lines here and here will just make a seam that runs down the back. I've got an idea to embed some small magnets along the inside of the edge of the foam. So when the wings come down, they kind of snap together with the little magnets. Just, you know, not strong magnets, so just enough to hold it there. And then when I have the mechanism pop open, they unzip kind of thing and pop open again. That'll mean that when the backpack's closed, all the mechanisms are covered over. Yeah, so that's my job today. Okay, so let's start with, take this strut off, definitely. I'm going to leave this one as it is just for now and work out how to do this. Okay, so now in theory, when this goes to full extent, the wings go to full extent, this strut is now bending around that one. Could have easily reduced the amount of bend there, to be honest. But I'll leave that for now on this side. When I come to do the other sides, I'll use this as a template and then adjust it to go on this side, and then use the final one to be the template for the wood. for now. I think I might need to sharpen my knife. Yeah, here's the problem. So now when the wings are going closed, this strut is sticking out too much. So I do need to make sure that that doesn't curve out as much. I can also widen the wing slightly if I need to just cover up that edge there, or make the piece of wood thinner, I think. Also, when the wing closes, might be able to take this in a bit there. Okay, so this actually needs to go about there. So I'm quite pleased with how that experiment works out. The wings can come together at the back, just about, if they're lined up properly. And also there's only a slight bit of the strut here sticking out. And when they open up, there's no even when they're fully extended, there's only a very slight overlap of those two pieces of card there, and I can easily just trim this one off to make sure there is no overlap. Also, when I come to make these out of plywood instead of cardboard, they're not just going to bow and bend around each other as they come in. As they come in tighter and tighter together, the way that they kind of bend around each other isn't going to work with plywood. So I'm going to have to cut out spaces to go in between some of the layers and space these struts out so they don't knock against each other. And also finally, these are just square bits of card. The wings are going to be shaped somewhat when they're finished, but I don't want them to be too kind of sleek and pointy like a peregrine falcon's wing or another kind of falcon's wing. I want it to be more eagle-like, because obviously this is the Griffin and he's part eagle, part lion. Talking about the Griffin's superpowers, obviously flying is one of them, but what other things can the Griffin do? I'm going to open this up to the commenters on YouTube, if that's a good idea, and please give me suggestions. Obviously the falcon comes from like a more militaristic background and he has guns and you know, shooting and things is part of his style. I'd much rather the Griffin be slightly less militaristic and maybe have like power blasters or a different kind of superpower. I don't know if we're going to go mythical or just mechanical with his superpower and his gadgets or not. That's all up for discussion. But obviously that'll have an impact on the costume as I go forward. So please leave your comments below about superpowers, about my build. Yeah, thank you, and I will see you soon next time. Bye.